Welcome along to episode 800 of the Mill Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever, alongside Nina Blakemore and Zoe Turner, because for episode 800 we did it as a live. You can hear what happened when we had a bit of a catch up with Jack Cattell from The Last Pioneers. We had Rupi Lal and Richard Bourne in the studio too, and we had a bit of a natter, a sit down and a catch up, which is jolly nice after 800 episodes of the show.
Welcome to the Milk Bar. 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 Welcome to the Milk Bar.
So the first thing that we did as part of our Facebook Live is have a bit of a natter with Zoe about what she's been up to.
You're not staying for the whole show.
No.
You've got to go in probably a few minutes' time.
Yes.
But you've done that with the whole series of 800. You turned up, then you went away again. Then you turned up again. And Nina sat in for you valiantly on a number of occasions.
Yes, you have, yes.
And so therefore, it's...
it's nice to be invited back, Jason.
Yeah. Well, and you've got an award, haven't you? So tell us about your award. I can't zoom in today, so you have to walk towards that camera.
Which one? That one there?
That one there, yeah. That's the one that's on. There we go. There's your award. What have you won?
I've been recognised by Shifnal Town Council for the fundraising that I've been doing. They do something once a year to celebrate residents that have sort of done something special. And this year it's me.
Well done.
Yes, for my fundraising efforts.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yes, and I am continuing to raise funds for Crisis UK at the minute, right up to December. So again, check on my Instagram, Zoe J Turner.
Okay.
And there'll be lots on there about what's coming up. So next one, I think, is a Christmas craft fair in Shifnal.
Well, that'd be good.
Yes.
So you're going to share that with us as well?
Yes.
We look forward to that at the time. We'll talk closer to the time.
Yes, we will, definitely.
Okay, that's all good. And I just checked, you've got to go about now, haven't you, unfortunately?
What time is it?
It's 6:30.
Oh, no, I can stop a bit longer.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
I'm not trying to get rid of you.
No.
Yeah, she's gone. But, Nina?
Hello.
What's been going on with you?
Gosh, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, Zoe when was Samson born?
2015.
That was the last time you came
That was
in
my
as a
maternity
regular.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been to maternity leave since then, 9 years so far. You popped in and out, and
Yeah.
I think when we've done the last one, it must have been probably episode 50, something like that.
And when you rang and went, episode 800, I was like, how did that happen? Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, I've just been doing lots of same old, modelling, presenting. I've set up my own agency as well now, plus size fashion agency, importing clothes from international waters. So yeah, it's exciting. Lots of things going on. And I've got a new website as well, lovecurves.com, which basically helps curvy women find and source clothes. And we just have a nice time on there, really.
That's a good shopping. We like shopping.
Shopping and chatting. What more could you want?
I like it. But should we get a song from Jack to get things going? I think that'd be good. Jack, what are you going to perform for us, mate?
So this is going to be our next single that should be coming out sometime next month. It's a tune called Don't Tell Me.
Take it away.
Finding it hard to communicate the way you feel it. You're finding it hard to speak your mind. Your head's spinning round, it's like a carousel and it's going nowhere. I feel like you're crying out for help. Just tell me why you're thinking, honey, so I can understand what's on your mind. Who do you think you're fooling? You know that I can see straight through your lies. Don't tell me you're fine, 'cause I know you've been struggling to see the light. Just don't give up the fight. Finding it hard to disguise the scars that you've been left with. You're finding it hard to ease your pain. It's like a parasite that's been eating you up like a silent killer. I feel like you're slowly slipping away. Just tell me what you're thinking, honey, so I can understand what's on your mind. Well, who'd you think you're fooling? I can see straight through your lies. Don't tell me you're fine, 'cause I know you've been struggling to see the light. Just don't give up the fight, 'cause you're a soul worth saving. And you just need to know your place. Know your heart's been aching. Not a hopeless case. Don't tell me you're fine, 'cause I know you've been struggling to see the light. But don't you worry, time's still on your side. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight.
Performing live, there we have him, Jack Cattell. How you doing then? So is it a round of applause, I think. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much.
And that's the new one on the way out.
That'll be the next single, yeah. That'll be the first single under the new name, yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. Right, okay, we're back with the gang over here. Sorry, I'm blocking you. There we go.
Very awkward.
Yeah, it is.
here.
Well, we've got two
I
microphones over
know.
here.
Should
'cause
I give this to the guys?
Share that one.
Yeah.
We'll start with Richard, shall we? A little bit of a chat. Now, I'm not sure how well any of the technology is working, but I'm fingers crossed this is actually live. If not, we're recording it so we can reuse it anywhere. So this will all be okay. But Richard, I mean, when it comes to the Friends of the Grand, obviously the organisation that saved the theatre after its closure in 1983, it was about 18 months it was shut for, I think, in the end.
It was actually over 3 years.
Was it 18 months before
yeah.
the work started to reopen?
It's actually it closed in the February of 1980. The reason I remember it was just because Wolves were playing in the semi-final of the League Cup, and it was on the Saturday, and I remember that, and it was a very sad day because we knew that the theatre was going to be closed on that Saturday night. It didn't open again until the end of August 1983, so it was quite a long time. It was dark for 3.5 years. And when it did open, Grease the musical was the opening show, and of course since then, or actually during that time, Friends of the Grand as an organisation was created, and in unison with Wolverhampton Council. Fortunately, the two came together and did a really good job and got the theatre back on track, and the rest is history now, as I say, because we've grown and grown and got stronger and stronger over time. Yeah, so
but it created a new model for theatres that sort of time, didn't it? There was many of them that were starting to struggle as fully commercial enterprises, and now there's always seems to be a charity wing in some way or form.
Yeah.
And the Grand does amazing work there, and through the Friends of the Grand as well. Obviously, you're able to offer shows earlier than people can get otherwise, and a chance to book the best seats in the house.
Absolutely. I mean, this week was a classic example. I mean, yesterday we had Only Fools and Horses opening, and the tickets for that went on sale over a year ago. It was a massive, it was a huge event when we heard that we got that coming to the city and comes to the Grand Theatre, and and just a classic example of what Jason was saying there. The tickets went out for sale to Friends of the Grand on the Friday. By the time it was open to the general public, which I think it was on the Monday or the Tuesday, nearly all the tickets had gone. So there was a huge, great benefit to us because obviously it extolled all the virtues of the benefits of being part of Friends of the Grand. So but that is what you do get. You do get the ability to book your tickets earlier than the general public, and choose your seats. That's the way you want to sit.
Yeah, and I know as well with the partnerships you have with some businesses, there's also extra benefits as well as the theatre tickets too.
Oh yes, of course. We have tried to expand it over time. So what we've tried to do, we've tried to engage with local businesses, especially restaurants, and they're keen on that because it means that people are making their way maybe to their restaurant, that's right, pre or after, and 10% discount for various restaurants around the city, all available, or you can see them all if you go onto the website. So yeah, that's a nice connection with local businesses, and it works, as I say, well for everybody. You know?
And it's not that expensive to join either, is it?
It's not what, sorry?
Not that expensive to join either.
No. I mean, we think, and we did some comparisons with other theatres around the country, and the Friends of the Grand at Wolverhampton is very attractive. I mean, in terms of single membership for the whole year, it's just £25 to join.
That's amazing.
I know. For joint membership, it's £35. Just gone up actually from September. And if you want a family sort of membership, it's £60 for the year. But you do get a tremendous amount. We work out that if you came to the theatre 2-3 times a year, you get that back because you get the 15% discount because you're a member on most shows for as a member of the Friends of the Ground. So you
What's
get a lot
on
of
at
that
the
back.
moment? What have you got on at the moment?
Well, we've got Only Fools and Horses this week. We've got Come From Away. That's coming in early November. That is huge. That is all about the Twin Towers, and I won't say too much about it, but it is absolutely. I mean, it was huge getting that, and sold particularly well. So those who maybe haven't got tickets at the moment, and you can get tickets for that show, I would recommend coming along to see Come From Away.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Panto season comes. Well, you've got the one-nighters. Of course, in between,
What is
but-
Panto this year at the Grand?
Well,
It's Beauty and the Beast, and I've been lucky enough to meet up with the cast and had a great time having a chat with them.
Jason?
Yeah, and
Amazing.
written again by Ian Adams and Tam Ryan. They're going to do an amazing job, and it's just a fantastic cast. And you got Giant from Gladiator as the as one of the stars. Yeah, so
Nina's going to be there then.
yeah, he's got very large legs. That's what everybody's noticed. He did not skip leg day.
yeah.
I might just have to find out.
He's 5'18". Yeah, so
He towers above you, so, and really lovely fella as well. So it's great to meet up with him. So that's something. You missed out the magic show we got next week. So Halloween it opens
we got
with
Halloween.
Richard Cattell.
yeah, we have got that next week. That starts on the Thursday, so we got that. So that's going to be very interesting.
It's so jam-packed, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's always
yeah,
such
there's
an
a lot.
amazing schedule there.
I think there's a lot of good variety. I mean, Jason's saying there. So there's a lot of different stuff to go and see. At the
I
theatre.
remember seeing
Stuff
the
for
Dream
everybody.
Boys there with my mum. A few years ago
Yeah.
now. That was a few years ago. Definitely a variety.
Yeah, some different stuff. How do you get hold of membership to the Friends of the Grand then?
Well, you can join online or you can phone up. And so, online's very simple. You just go into the membership section and it goes through the process of how to join. It's very straightforward. Also, as well as because the adults, I mean, we've got 2 youth membership schemes. They're actually free to join. So you've got what's called First Call for those youngsters between the ages of 8 and 15. And then you've got what's called 16-25 for those obviously between 16 and 25, and it's free to join. And that membership number is growing. Because a lot of young people obviously want to be involved with the theatre, and we're trying to encourage them to join, so there's no cost. And of course, there's the ability to get late tickets at discounted prices, so that's always well worthwhile. And so it's encouraging theatre generally. And what we've also recently introduced, when you get to the age of 24, 25, so the transition from 16-25 to full member of Friends of the Gun, we offer a free year. We try to sort of ensure that transition works. Then you can see all the benefits of being a member, and then hopefully then you want to carry on.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Sounds fantastic.
And because 16 through 24, there are sometimes £10 ticket offers last minute as well,
Yeah,
aren't there?
absolutely,
So
yeah.
it's always one to check the social media feed. of the
Definitely
Grand.
well worthwhile checking that out, because I've come across younger people who've said to me, gosh, I saw that, as you say, £10 and fantastic opportunities for young people. And that's how it should be.
Yeah,
That's what we-
absolutely,
that's what we want to try and
100%.
do, yeah.
It's fabulous. The Friends of the Grand, isn't it?
Yeah, grandtheatre.co.uk. Not only can you get tickets for shows, but join that Friends of the Grand League. And then when you do sign up, is there a special link, or do you have to press a special button to be able to get your discount?
It's a straightforward process, so it all makes a lot of sense. We had 1 or 2 little issues with it a couple of years ago, but we seem to have ironed all those out.
Iron
now,
them
so-
out.
yeah. So it's pretty straightforward. Yeah. But as I say, anybody who doesn't want to go and do that online, you can always go through the box office and you can join. Just by phoning the theatre. We're fortunate enough. We actually we have a specialised person at the theatre who looks after Friends of the Grand inquiries, and we actively encourage people to talk and come and join us. Yeah.
That's going to be worth doing. So it is Friends of the Grand, lovely, and they're a lovely bunch as well. And there's like meet and greets and things as well sometimes, aren't there?
Yeah, we want to encourage people to meet each other. So we organise coffee mornings at the Mount Hotel, or we'll have like a theatre behind the scenes theatre tours. They go down particularly well. We had 1 or 2 events last year at Weston Park, locally. There's some connections, obviously, there between the art at Weston Park and the Grand Theatre. We're trying to encourage that. So, we try to put on social things as well to encourage people. Oh, and also, we organise a trip each year down to London to the West End, coach trip. Which gives people the opportunity, maybe who wouldn't want to go and maybe do that themselves, and so we get a coach trip organised, so in November next month we're taking a coach load down to see Mrs. Doubtfire at the Shaftesbury Theatre. So as soon as we put those tickets on sale,
they were like hotcakes,
they
weren't
went
they?
very, very quickly. Yeah. So so these are all like little benefits of being a member. And also, of course, we do a lot more outside of theatre. If you wanted me to talk about that, I mean, we're very keen to engage with the rest of the community as well. So we're very keen to support financially on behalf of the members what's called the Memory Cafe. That's for dementia sufferers, and that goes down particularly well. Excuse me. And also Intro to Panto for youngsters in schools where maybe parents can't really afford to take them to the pantomime. So Ian Adams and Tam and the team, they go out to the schools, and that goes down particularly well. And we're very keen to encourage that because yes, it's important to offer benefits for people to come to the theatre. Of course it is, and that's one of the big virtues of being a member, but we want to actually demonstrate that we're trying to do more for the community as a whole as well, and we're very actively supporting that.
Where's the Memory Cafe you were talking about?
The Memory Cafe, they have, it's at the theatre. Normally it's the last few days of Thursday, Friday of each month. It's expanding now. It's been going for just over 5 years. But local homes are very, very keen to bring these poor folk who suffer from dementia, bring them along with the carers and the family, and they're entertained. The songs that are sung are the ones that will, that take them back to when they were younger.
Because there's been a link, hasn't there, between singing, music, and dementia, Alzheimer's.
Absolutely.
Like it triggers something
it definitely does
in the brain, doesn't it? And brings back memories. Yeah.
That's what I've learned and been told over the last few years that we've been involved with this, exactly as you say. Music and hearing, and
so powerful.
It's very powerful. I mean, I've actually literally seen people actually really come to life in terms of lifting their heads up and tapping on the table.
Giving me goosebumps.
I've seen it, and it is very emotional, very emotional to see that. And then when the music stops, they go down where, it's a very sad situation. But you feel as if, during that time, at least it's stimulating and it's getting in there, and it's great to be involved.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, and you find out more about the Memory Cafe as well on the Grand Theatre social feed, and to be part of that, so again, it's another link on the website, so grandtheatre.co.uk for that one too.
Absolutely.
Well, we are back and we're live streaming. This is episode 800 of The Milk Bar. Jason Forrest and Nina here with you as presenters. Over here we have Richard and Rupi, who are our guests. If you didn't join us for the first bit, you'll be able to find that online, so give that a check out. And we've also got music from Jack Cattell. That'll be him over there. He's waving. So, Jack, should we have another tune from you to get this going?
If you really want to, yeah.
Okay, what are we going to hear this time?
It's a tune called Sunshine. I believe this is the first song I played when I first came on the podcast many moons ago.
Yeah? Okay. So this is probably, what, about a decade plus?
I'm not that old. It's got to be before COVID, hasn't it? So,
It has, yeah.
6, 7 years ago, maybe.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It
Take
does,
it away.
yeah.
Can we talk tonight? 'Cause nothing's going right for me anymore. And it's all going downhill. I could really use a pill to come and fix it all. You and I both know only you can save my soul. So come and save my soul. You know when I'm gone, it's not gonna be long till I'm coming home. Though we argue and I stay, I miss you when I go away and leave you on your own. I just can't deny that I need you by my side. 'Cause you're my sunshine on a rainy day, my sunshine, my sunshine. And you're the only one who takes the pain away, my sunshine, my sunshine. Can you get on that plane? Come and visit me again, 'cause I need your love. Though nothing's gonna change, I love you all the same. Is it good enough? There's no one else like you. Do you feel the same way too? 'Cause you're my sunshine on a rainy day, my sunshine, my sunshine. You're the only one who takes the pain away, my sunshine, my sunshine.
Round of applause again.
Thank you very much.
So we'll keep the camera on you, mate. So the band, all the socials have changed. So give us all the details again.
It's now The Last Pioneers on every social media platform, and the Spotify is now changed over, I think. So everything should hopefully be going on to the new Spotify account.
But do we still see some Jack Cattell band stuff out there as well?
It will all change eventually over to The Last Pioneers now. We're in that process. I know Sunshine has actually changed over. So all the others should be following sometime soon. I believe it might be the end of this week. Everything should be over on the new account.
The magic happens.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have more from you in a bit. Okay.
Excellent.
Right, back to us over here, and I meant to fiddle with the camera as well, so we're off. Because I was going to point one just at Rupi for this next bit.
Okay.
Rupi, grab the microphone, mate.
Sure.
Hello. We can see you there. It's all good. So we've had a bit of a chat recently because we did a big catch up on what you've been doing. But,
Yeah.
I mean, Zoe earlier on mentioned the fact that Brum was a thing.
It was.
and that's how you came to be one of the friends of the Milk Bar.
It was.
And when you're a jobbing actor, you never know what's coming next, do you?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it can be the highest of highs or the lowest of lows, and when it is in that moment where you are feeling the lows, it can be tricky and it can be a challenge to continue. And so many actors, they will, for whatever reason, kind of leave the profession. I was quite fortunate in that I spent 14 years with a theatre and education company going into schools and working with young people, which I absolutely love. And it's great. And after those 14 years, I made the big leap back into freelance, and I was fortunate to get myself an agent, and touch wood, it's going really, really well. Acting, it's as with anything, being a magician, being a singer.
musician.
I know, I pronounced it wrong. I was going to skip ahead, but it's okay.
Jack, can you make the guitar disappear? No, okay.
It's just a roller coaster, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolute roller coaster. Same, in all that entertainment industry, you never know. And you always get to that point where you're just like, I'm just going to get myself a proper job. And then your big break comes and that's it.
Well, that's it. I mean, like we spoke about the last time you and I spoke, Jason, the last thing that I did, unbelievable, a dream come true. And it was a small little role in Beetlejuice. And just a fantastic experience working with Tim Burton, Jenna Ortega, Winona Ryder, being in the Warner Brothers set. And yeah, as I said, just unbelievable.
And those sort of moments, I mean, it might be the only feature film you ever do. I don't think it's going to be.
Touch wood it isn't, but yeah.
But it might be because you may then find another direction you want to go in. But it's something like that. It makes memories as well, and you got to meet some amazing people, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, at one point, I realised I was sitting next to Danny DeVito, and I'm like, because there was this big kind of crowd that was gathering off set, and we were just having our drinks and things like that. And suddenly I'm thinking, what's going on? There's a lot of kerfuffle happening, and then everyone's talking about the producers are here as well. And we're like, all right, fine. And then I see him, Danny DeVito, he's just sitting there, and he's in full costume, and he's almost like you can see him getting in the zone. He's looking at himself in the mirror, and he's getting in the zone. And they brought Jenna Ortega to meet him for the first time. And I just thought, oh wow, this is a moment, but yeah, I was literally as close as we are right now. I was that close to him.
It's amazing, isn't it? When with all these big productions, how you hear that so many people they haven't met each other.
Yeah.
And they've recorded all their bits and they've filmed all their bits separately, and then by the power of technology, it's all pushed together. But so many of these actors haven't actually met each other in real life.
Yeah, I think it's when you do the voiceover work, so the Disney cartoons and animations, so many of the actors, they don't meet each other on things like that. I mean, and that's something that I would love to go into, because I love doing the funny voices and I love cartoons, and like Scooby-Doo back in the day, I wish you would watch that, and I'll recreate that with my children, things like that. So, but I think that's the one where they don't get to see each other in person so much.
And that's where it's important to be an amazing actor, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But I think also it's like I'm thinking about the actors that have to perform with all the CGI, the Marvel superheroes. So they're performing to a tennis ball. You have to really imagine that it's a big monster or an alien or whatever it is. So, and it is a test, and I think it's heading that way a lot. Yeah. Unfortunately to a certain extent, but yeah, it is a test of an actor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what is next? Because when we spoke earlier this year, I've got something coming up, but I can't tell you. You've never been able to tell us, and it's huge. So how's the agent getting on? Have they got anything good?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's been a challenging year. It's been a very tough year, and I've got so close on so many occasions. But I've been fortunate, as I said, going back into the profession after 3 years. I never thought that I would get Beetlejuice. It was a dream come true. And before that, I had an IKEA advert. I was in Madrid for a week recording that. Absolutely brilliant experience. Sky Bet, Argos did their Christmas campaigns. Green Flag, which is still shot. I'm a small bit. You might not see me, but I'm there. I'm in the background running, and Sainsbury's as well, doing the Nectar campaign. So all these things have been absolutely fantastic. What I did do also, and it was a big shout out to my actor buddy Sam Oatley, who I studied with at Rose Bruford. He said to me, "You've got these 14 years working in schools, Rupi. That can be your bread and butter. Don't leave that to one side." And it was a great bit of advice. So I started looking at other theatre and education companies, and I was quite fortunate to find work with two. One called Freshwater and the other Open View. Open View, I'm about to start doing sessions in schools on anti-bullying. So, a massive thing. It's every year. There's always anti-bullying week as well. And we go in and I do a session using a PowerPoint, but you help the young people bring the subject to life in a way that they've, because a lot of people, we've done anti-bullying, we've done this, we've done that, but not in this way. Not in this way. And it's almost like being like a game show host. And I bring it to life and get the young people acting out different scenarios, hearing their opinion as well. Because that's one thing for a lot of young people. Let them talk and hear what they...
Engaged,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And that's the key. When
Yeah.
you've found how you can engage them, then you've got their whole attention and then it goes in better.
That's it.
I mean, intro to Panto. I was talking about earlier on. Just to what you were saying there.
Yeah.
You find when the children come in, they've got no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
They don't really understand Panto or anything. And of course, then by the time the first half is normally about Panto, the history, and what it's all about. And then they get engaged, and then it's all about behind you and over and all the gesticulating that goes on. By the time it comes to the end of the morning, when they've all enjoyed and seen it all play out, they are completely engaged.
Yeah.
I mean, the excitement is absolutely brilliant to see. So I can understand exactly what you're saying there.
Yeah.
And how to bring out the best in them. And
It's just very rewarding. I mean, sometimes I'll work with young people with various needs as well, and sometimes it might be that they're marginalised, they're kept to one side. They might not be good for this, but I'm like, let's get them involved. Let's see how much they can take away from it. I mean, I was working in a school once where a young person was selected mute, so the teachers hadn't heard that person speak, but by the end of the session, they came up and they said thank you to me. So it's like that connected in a certain way. It's like music, as we were talking about earlier. I think that's one thing which you hope continues in schools, that they don't forget the power of art and how much it can help people. And how beneficial it can be for individuals as well.
Completely.
Absolutely. So where are we finding you on the socials these days? You've hit like millions of followers on Insta now.
No, I wish. No, I've got a TikTok account. I'm on Instagram.
What are you doing on TikTok?
Well, me and my friend Danny, we've created our own little podcast, and it's morphed into a sketch show as well. So it's the Rupi and Dan Show. You can find us on YouTube. On the Dan Network. So we're having lots of fun creating little sketches, very goodness gracious me-esque. We're big fans of the show from back in the 90s and early 2000s. And we've created our own little sketch show. A lot of the sketches are about Birmingham, West Midlands, Black Country characters. So we have a laugh. We do our own spins on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We set it in Tipton at one point. We've done one sketch set in Tipton. Yeah, we've called it I Want to Be a Millionaire, Bab. We've called it that. Family Fortunes. For some reason, my 2-year-old, he loves watching game shows. So I've been watching so many episodes of Family Fortunes and the American version of Family Feud that he just sparked something in me. So I've created these little sketches about Family Fortunes. And instead of using Gino DeCampo, I've called him Dino DeLampo. So we're having lots of fun with these sketches. So like I said...
That's like great fun.
Yeah, it's just a laugh. I mean, me and Dan met because our children go to the same primary school. So two fathers started chatting and talking at the PTA meetings and realised we had so much in common. He had an idea of creating a podcast, and I was like, I've got a lot of time on my hands. So I started writing these sketches, and it's just morphed into what it is. So the sketches are on TikTok, they're on YouTube as well. My socials are at Rupi Lal. I'm going to get it right this time because I didn't before. So Rupi, spelled R-U-P-I, my surname, Lal, L-A-L. And like I said, I try and keep my hand in as many pies as I can do. Acting, writing, working in schools. So Freshwater, I do 2 sessions with them. One is the Great Fire of London. So I go in and we time travel back to 1666 and they're already learning about the Great Fire of London, but it brings it to life for the young people, and it supports what the schools already do. And again, bringing the magic of theatre to young people. Like we mentioned earlier, a lot of them don't get to see theatre. So we bring that into schools. And the second one is the toy museum. So we go in, I pretend to be a curator of a toy museum, and they get to learn about why teddy bears are called teddy bears. And they get to touch these old toys and play with them. The spinning top, they get to learn about these things. And then by the end of it, they use their imaginations to create their own toy.
Amazing.
So, like I said, it's a fantastic kind of thing that I've found myself into now. After leaving that company for 14 years, making that leap back into freelancing, taking on board the advice of my friend. So I've got the 2 theatre companies. There's a third company I work for, which I talk about the Commonwealth Games, and then the Path to Paris, which is a programme which is talking about the Olympic Games. So at the moment, I'm doing all right. But like I said, it can be tough.
You never know what's coming next.
You never know.
And that's the exciting thing as well, because you just don't know what's around the corner. You know, it doesn't always have to be negative, does it? It can be something fabulous, as you've proved.
You're making the best out of that. I mean, when we do that, we have opportunity to host casts when we're friends of the ground. We like to support casting crew that come to the theatre, and so we get the opportunity to meet a lot of the performers.
Right.
And exactly as you said, I mean, there's so many. They're so talented. There's so many talented actors around. I can understand, and they explain to me how difficult it is to get the roles, and they go to the auditions, they keep their fingers, they hope for the best, but of course it's difficult because there are so many talented folk who've gone as well. So it's certainly not easy. So I take my hat off to you because what you're doing, you've diversified. You're doing other things, which I think is marvelous. You're inspiring youngsters in schools and making the best of it all. And I wish you all the best with every opportunity you get.
I remember when I first started modelling, and I started as a straight size model, and then I transitioned to a plus size model, and I was trying to find agencies, and I literally wrote to so many different agencies. And it was back in the day when there was no emails, no internet or anything. And I've literally got 2 A4 files full of rejection letters from agencies, just saying, thanks very much, no, we don't think you're the right look, And it's so disheartening. Yeah. But once you get on it and you find something and you work with it, and then you just keep going, and then you do have to diversify, it kind of self-perpetuating then. But just, I mean, I was at the point now, then I was just like, I'm just going to give this up. Try something else.
And then the TV gig came along.
And then all the bits started happening. So, and then it's like, okay, maybe it's not so bad after all.
But I think it's what you do off screen, off camera, off stage. It's what you're doing for yourself as well, because there are so many, you hear the story of actors just waiting for the phone call or waiting for the email to come through nowadays. But I've written to Coronation Street, EastEnders, Emmerdale. My agent loves that I do that. I'm trying to be as proactive as I can.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the most recent thing that I did was I found a class, a screen acting class, and a big shout out to the Open Space based in Birmingham. And I recently did a class last week, and it was such a supportive environment. So what we did was we got a short extract of a film. We worked on it for a few days, and then you get into the space and you just practice on screen. Yeah. And even the criticisms came across so supportive, and it was nice for me, because getting rejected so many times this year, it does get disheartening. But I think you've got to remember, it's not necessarily that you're doing something wrong. It's just for whatever reason you weren't right for the part. You're not the right fit, and also it's not just one person's opinion. Yeah. You've got the casting director, and they might love you to bits, but then the client, so whichever company it is, they have in their mind's eye who they want. Yeah. And maybe you're just not a fit for it, but you cross your fingers, you hope that they think of you for something else in the future.
Just got to keep going, got to keep positive about it, But yeah, it can be so disheartening. It really can. And you've got to keep going. You do have to just keep like pushing through those barriers. But it's difficult, and especially now in the days of social media, you know, there's so much out there, and people, and you know, so many streaming kind of opportunities and everything now, and like, so it's not just your normal kind of standard television programs or, you know, film or whatever. You've got all that to contend with as well. So even though there's a lot more opportunities, but obviously there's more people going for it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it's you've got to have that hunger.
Yeah.
And you've got to have that kind of.
And good socials.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've just put up on my YouTube channel the extract from that open space class. I thought they seemed to be really, I was getting so much great feedback from it. So I thought, well, why not pop that on YouTube? And you don't know who's going to see it when it's on something like that. You know, I'm hoping someone from Coronation Street or EastEnders might, you know, hello, I'm here. Give me a shot, you know.
He's the man.
So I put that there, and as you said, you just know who's going to watch it. So
Yeah, well,
I mean,
you know, all these videos, they go viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do TikTok, it drives me nuts. But yeah, and all of a sudden people will just go from nothing to like blowing up and just
what the video I put on TikTok, within 10 minutes you have like 300 views, and you're like, wow, you know, it is amazing, and it's exciting. It's a bit scary as well. You have to be careful what you post.
Yeah, I think you do have to be very careful.
You have to be very careful. Yeah, I mean,
You also have to be careful not to read too many comments.
Well, that, yeah. Oh God, yeah. They could be interesting, those comments. So, but have faith in yourself. Have faith in your ability. Keep on working. Keep on trying. And if you feel that it's not going there are other avenues that you can get into. So
That's very good.
Absolutely. Well, Rupi, always good to meet up with you.
As
And
always.
Nice to do it in real life for the first time.
Yeah, I know.
Even though we've known each other for so long. And Nina, you got to meet Zoe was it the first time you met Zoe, or have you met her at
No,
events?
I have met her before, but it's been years and years ago, like years ago. So yeah, but no, it was a long time.
Yeah, and Jack over here. I mean, we met up back at Molyneux back in the day when we were recording over there. But you've done so much stuff by Zoom recently. It's been mad, hasn't it?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, I think we've got to have done 5 or 6.
Yeah, easily over the last few years. But we're going to do another song in real life now. What have you got for me this time?
This is a tune called Embers. It's one of my favourite tunes that I've written. So
Take it away.
You've been dealt a rough hand lately. You've gotta fold and get away. But how far can you run before they catch you up in your back at square one again? So open up your mind and breathe the fresher air, and maybe then you'll see things differently. You're lying to yourself. You know the embers of the fire, they have been going out for years. Behind these closed doors, you know they've seen it all. But if these walls could talk, if these walls could talk, they tell one hell of a story about your constant quest for glory, and all those could have beens, and all of that misspent energy on all those stupid little things. So open up your mind and breathe the fresher air, and maybe then you'll see things differently. You're lying to yourself. You know the embers of the fire, they have been going out for years. Behind these closed doors, you know they've seen it all. But if these walls could talk, if these walls could talk, these walls could talk. I know it's hard to change your mindset. You'll find that the fire will burn for longer. If you change your mindset, you will find that the embers burn much stronger.
I think I'm the Jack, thank you very much. Give us all your socials.
So it's The Last Pioneers, all one word. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, any platform that you want to try and find us on.
And there's a few videos on YouTube as well.
I think there will be, yeah.
Yeah. Now, see, the one that I like was the disco-y one. That was really good. Played that down the fireworks last year.
Diva, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun filming that music video. That was my first kind of step into attempting to act in a music video. So I was very nervous, but yeah, it was good fun.
Well, it didn't come across that way. That looked absolutely fantastic.
Excellent.
So thank you for that. Right, it's about time we wound things up. But unfortunately, I mean, the news has been dominated this week by the sad loss of Liam Payne, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. And Liam was on episode 37 with us before he became the international star that he did. Yeah. And he was between X Factors at the time. Yeah. And as a little bit of a tribute, what we're going to do, we're going to play out some of that interview and a song that he sang live in the studio for us. He sang Jack Johnson's Better Together. So we'll take a listen to that. This is what happened when we had a bit of a chat back in the day.
I started singing when I was about 5 or 6 years old, and I just used to go and do karaoke's, and then I've been working at that. I used to do singing abroad when we went on holidays, because that was the only times you really find any karaoke, so I just used to sing in America or Spain. Singing Angels on the karaoke one time, and the Americans were going Pop Idol, you know, American Idol, and throwing like $5 bills at me. So yeah, no, I think we've still got that $5 somewhere, just as a memory. Like, I've known people who've gone on the X Factor and haven't got past the first ones. I waited for my first audition. It was 9.5 hours long. You see a group of researchers first. I only managed to sing about 30-40 seconds of my song, and she stopped me halfway through, and I thought, well, I'm going home then. And she gave me a ticket and says, I'll put you through to the next round, which was quite random once again, because I was doing quite swingy songs. I've got quite a low voice, so I had to find something that suited me. Fly Me to the Moon, Frank Sinatra. No, I did used to be in the choir, and I used to have quite a high voice, but I stopped doing choir, and then my voice was a bit... London O2 Arena, which was an amazing place to go to at 14 and sing. You had to wait a few days and watch other people singing. I thought, wow, these people are all really good. But, you know, how am I going to do on this stage? And I got to sing Lost, Michael Bublé on stage in front of the judges and around 250 people, and that was pretty amazing. That's probably one of my best memories of X Factor. Simon Cowell's wonderful. He's a really nice guy in real life. I did Merry Hill, the Waterfront Festival of Lights, which was also really, really good. And I sang and had the whole place bouncing, and that's just a wonderful feeling when everyone's clapping their hands, singing along, jumping around. So.
Yeah, and it's you that's making it happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for, really. So.
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I could try for your heart. Our dreams, they are made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs with sepia tone loving. Love is the answer, at least, to most of the questions in my heart, like why are we here and where do we go and how come we're so hard? It's not always easy and sometimes life can be deceiving. I tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, well, look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
And
All of these moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight, but I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings and brings new things for tomorrow night. You see, they'll be gone too. Too many things I have to do. But if all of these dreams just might find their way into my day-to-day scene, I'll be under the impression I was somewhere in between, with only two, just me and you. Not so many things we got to do, or places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree now. Well, it's always better when we're together. We're somewhere in between together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we are together. I believe in memories, they look so pretty when I sleep. Hey, now when I wake up, you look so pretty sleeping next to me. But there is not enough time, and there is no song I could sing, and there is no combination of words I could say, but I will still tell you one thing: we're better together. Yeah, we're better together. We are so good. We're better together.
Now, I think we may have had a few minor technical problems on the Facebook stream on that, the message I'm getting. What we'll do is I'm going to edit all the bits and pieces from today together, and we'll be able to hear that in its entirety. But thoughts with all of the Payne family and their loss. And he was a lovely kid when he came in, wasn't he?
He was just wonderful. I just loved him. He's got not only such a pure talent, but he was just a lovely, lovely lad. And his mum and dad obviously were with him, chaperoning him. And I just can't contemplate going from the naivety and the innocence of such a beautiful young boy to where it's finished and how it's ended for him. It's just devastating, absolutely devastating. And it's really upsetting. And he was just such a beautiful soul, but he was just a boy. But there does need to be more support within the industry, doesn't there?
It certainly seems that way. So that is not the happiest way for us to end the 800th episode. However, looking back when we've lost, unfortunately, a number of people who've been huge talents who we've had the opportunity to talk to on the show, and we're grateful for those that we've met, those who are still with us, and those that we've lost along the way. But here's to another 800 or so.
Absolutely.
We might stop at 1,000, to be fair. We'll see how we go with that. But thank you to Jack for joining us and bringing us some music today. It's been good to have you along.
Thank you very much for having me, as always. It's a pleasure.
And we will be back with a little bit extra on episode 100 and 800 and a half, because I've got a few extra bits to share this week, and we'll put all that together into what we've got from here, so you can see it all in one go and make sure the sound behaves, because Facebook does do weird things at times. Meanwhile, Rupi, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And I'm going to say thanks to Zoe, who popped in, as ever, and you've just popped in, and also to Richard for joining us from Friends at the Grand. So, Nina, thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's been wonderful to be back.
Well, we want to do more of this, haven't we?
Yes, I agree.
Me, you and Zoe need to do more of this as a team. So we will work on that. Meanwhile, thanks for joining us, and goodbye for now from episode 800 of the Milk Bar.
Goodbye from the Milk Bar. Goodbye from the Milk Bar. Goodbye from the Milk Bar. Goodbye from the Milk Bar. Yeah. Goodbye from the Milk Bar. Yeah.